opportunity. So tonight we just want to reflect and to share a little bit. We're coming up to the end of this year. The month of December is just breathing down our necks as we speak. And there are a lot of us that are in life that are living life on purpose. In other words, you're paying attention to life. You're paying attention to your life. You're paying attention to the things that are going on around you. And we see in current events a lot of things going on. So there are all kinds of places where we can be what's called distracted. And, of course, we know, as John Leslie Brown always says, that we ought to be careful for the weapons of mass distraction. Yes, I said weapons of mass distraction, because many times we begin to focus more on our distractions than we do in our goals and objectives and our dreams and the purpose that for which we're on this planet. So tonight I want to just kind of talk to you a little bit from the standpoint of just experientially, maybe some of the things that are going on even in my own mind and in my own life that might resonate with some of you tonight. You know, I've been in a study at our church, and it's on Friday nights, and it's called Making Peace with Your Past. Yeah, I said Making Peace with Your Past. And it's the other part of that book is called Help for Adult Children of Dysfunctional Families. And you cannot imagine the amount of transformation that has taken place in the lives of many people that attend this 12-week study as do they go back to situations and issues and circumstances that occurred in their family of origin growing up. And I submit to many of you on this call that you are the sum total of many of the things that you have been through, that you have experienced, and that you have seen. And those things are the sum total of who we are today. And one of the chapters that we're in this week is a chapter called Healing Painful Memories. Oh, man. You talk about some stuff and some things. And to go along with that, I'm also reading a book by a young lady named Gazelle Beatty, and it's called Breaking Through Generational Cycles, No More Tears. Now, Gigi, as she is called, is sharing her story about many of the things that she went through as she was growing up, and in the process of her growing up and experiencing many of these things, she is the person that she is today. And so she's looked back and she's frozen the frame on a lot of things that occurred in her life, and she's trying to make some sense out of it. She's trying to come to some resolve about some things that have taken place. And I submit to you that as you get ready to go into the next year, of all the things that you have to do, one of the things I want to encourage many of us to do is to pay attention to where we've been and some of the things that we've been through. Pay attention to why we are a certain way, why we react to certain things the way we do, why we have the moods and the attitudes and the joys and the highs and the lows of our life. Pay attention to what's going on down on the inside. Now, I don't want to get too heavy because we've been talking about Thanksgiving and we're focusing on those things that we've been thankful for. And as we look back, many of us can look back at some things that we are thankful for, some things that we are thankful that we experienced, and guess what? And we're thankful for some things that we avoided in life, some things that we did not have to experience. And many of you were on the call a few weeks ago when I was talking about this quote that I heard many times Mr. Les Brown share, and the quote goes, things may happen to you and things may happen around you, but at the end of the day, the only thing that ultimately matters is what happens in you. And I froze the frame on that quote, and I broke it up into 3 sections. I talked about how we need to be aware of things that have happened to us. And everybody on this call have had some things that happened to us. I heard a young lady share that she was 70 years old, and or shall I say 70 years young, because she's still making things happen in her life. But at the end of the day, there's no question about it that this person, the young lady, has been through a lot of things, and guess what? Has a lot of memories of what she's been through. The good, the bad, and the ugly. And as a result of many of those things that she's been through, she experienced something on the inside in terms of what happened inside of her as a result of the things that she's gone through. And some of it was good, some of it was bad, some of it was painful. And so as we talk about things that we carry, things that are a part of who we are, things that come up in our minds from time to time, things that are triggered by situations and things that go on around us, cause us to remember and to reflect back, and sometimes those things are painful. And one of the things I took a note of here earlier today as I was studying this chapter and getting ready for a presentation that I have to do on Friday, this thought came to me, and I want to share this with you. And I want you to allow this to kind of be the sub-theme for some of what we talk about for the next few minutes. And it says this: the pain of your past doesn't have to be a part of your future. Let me say that again. The pain of your past doesn't have to be a part of your future. That is so powerful when you really think about it. It's saying that there can be a time in your life to where I don't care how long you dealt with whatever you dealt with, that there is a point that you can come to where the pain of that memory, the pain of that thought, the pain of that experience can literally dissipate and be resolved and dealt with, and peace can be made with that thing, and your whole mindset and attitude is changed so that from this day forward, as you move into the future of your life, that's one less pain or anxiety that you have to deal with. And just knowing that it's possible for us to work through some stuff is reason enough for us to begin to pay attention to some of the things that make up who we are, some of the things that cause us sometimes a little difficulty and a little anxiety, and sometimes some of the things that prevent us from stepping into the greatness that Mr. Les Brown proclaims all over this planet. And many of us know we have greatness down on the inside. Many of us know we have abilities. We know we have skills. We know we have goals and dreams. And we're so clear about those things that we have in our hearts and in our minds, things that we want to do. And for some reason, the good that we want to do, we just don't do it. And sometimes, as it's been said, the very things we hate and don't want to continue to do, those are the very things that we continue to do over and over and over again, going around that same mountain and never coming to a point to where we stop, look, and listen to the voice that is causing us and calling us into our destiny and into our purpose. So yes, things do happen to you, and things have happened to you. And many of us have witnessed things around us that have made an impact on who we are, that have made an impact on how we look at this place we call Earth, how we look at the world, how we judge people, how we move and navigate ourselves through the vicissitudes of life, the highs, the lows, the goods, the bads, and as I said before, even the ugly. So tonight we're just kind of stirring the pot a little bit And I'm encouraging and wanting to, for a redemptive reason, stir up some mindsets in some people that are really serious about going to that next higher level in their lives and getting rid of, dropping all of the baggage, dropping all of the excess things and worries and anxieties that prevent us from going into and prevent us from experiencing what we call true peace. Because there is nothing like, you can't pay for it, you can't buy it, you can't wish for it. There is nothing like having peace of mind. And as we go into this next year, one of the things we want to be able to do is go into the next year what we used to call in the track and field when we would run races and they would have the finish line tape back in those days. We would do what's called run through the finish line. In other words, we're going to cross this date line in a full stride and going forth with everything that we have in us to accomplish what we feel we need to accomplish in this next year. But in order to do that, you got to get a running start. And in order to get that running start, you got to lay aside and let go of some things, resolve some things, work through some things, get it all worked out between that person, forgive somebody, let somebody off the hook, let yourself off the hook. In other words, you want to get light for the flight. Hey, light for the flight. That's what I'm talking about. And so life then is about paying attention. Life then is about looking at what's happened to you and working through that stuff and allowing it not to continue to be a part of your future. Life is about looking at what's happened around you. Life is about even thinking about and owning the things in life that we have done to cause discomfort in the lives of others. Yeah, let it go. Whatever it is, ask for forgiveness. If the person is gone, ask them to forgive you in absentia and let it go so you can move forward. So the question then is, if you had your life to live over again, what would you change? If you had your life to live over again and the things that you would change, would that make any difference in terms of who you are today? And of course, nobody can, the eggs have been scrambled. Nobody can unscramble them. The water that's gone under the bridge, it's gone, never ever to return again. So at some point, we've got to look back, let go, and move forward. And I know there's some people on this call tonight that are ready to move forward. So tonight, we just wanted to talk to you a little bit, to share a little bit with you, to talk about some things that you probably haven't thought of in a long time, but some things that are going to be needful for you to consider as you take this next step, as you go into this next year. Committed to changing some things, committed to making some things happen, committed to resolving some things, committed to doing all you can with what you have from where you are. That's it. Stacy asked me to talk for a few minutes, share with you what was in my heart. That's what's in my heart. Don't allow the things that have happened to you and the things that have happened around you to continue to be a part of the confusion, of the anxiety, of the fear that's happening in you. You have the power to take control of your life, not tomorrow. You certainly can't change yesterday, but now. It's now. It's as Stacy said, it's now or never. My dream cannot wait any longer. All right. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm through. My time is up. I certainly do thank you for yours. We're going to unmute the lines here for a minute. And I wanted to stir up just some thoughts and some some ideas and some moods and even some emotions in us tonight. So let's see if we have any responses to those things. So I'm going to unmute the line, and we're going to have those of you that are out there, if you have a comment or a question or anything relative to our conversation tonight, you're going to have your opportunity to share.
All callers are unmuted. All callers are muted and may unmute themselves by pressing *6.
All right, if you're out there and want to share tonight, something touch your heart. Brother? Yes, sir. Who we got here?
Yes, sir. My name is Serge Cadet, and I know Stacy's on the line, doing her thing. And I just want to know, if you want to know more about you, sir, do you have a website or anything, or so that we can know more about you, or if you hold any conference calls or anything, or what you do in particular coaching that you do?
Okay, got it. Okay, Serge, I'm going to share all of that information just before I hang up tonight. So I want people to have a time to get their business together. So thank you for the question. I appreciate you. All right, thank you. Bye-bye. Yep.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello, Mr. Pleasure. I enjoyed just talk, and it kind of inspired me to continue to move on with what I'm doing. I want to finish strong this year, and I finally went ahead and joined Toastmasters to begin speaking, the business of speaking. So I'm looking forward to moving ahead with my thoughts and with my ability to maybe inspire some people, and I thank you so much for inspiring me.
Absolutely. Well, you took that first step, and what is your first name?
I'm sorry, I'm Janice from Chicago.
Janice, okay. Janice, pleased to meet you tonight. That really encourages me. I've been in Toastmasters since 1988. I've been a part of that Toastmasters organization, and it was one of the things that I think was very instrumental in allowing me to get the confidence that I needed in order to share my story and to be able to communicate and, of course, to learn leadership skills. So you definitely are on the right track. Follow through with what you purpose to do, and there's no doubt about it, you're going to change a lot of lives. So you be encouraged and just continue to go forth because you're on the right track, my sister. All right?
Thank you, sir.
All right. Thank you for your comment. Yes, who else do we have out there?
Good evening, Mr. Pleasure. How are you?
Yes, what is your name?
Hello. Tiffany from Maryland.
Hi, Tiffany.
And I just wanted to, because I appreciate your message that you spoke tonight. You know, I can really relate to that also well because I've been through a lot of adversity in my life, dysfunctional family and everything, you know, and I battle with multiple sclerosis, and I changed I named a new name for it. I say I have multiple situations. And it's so crazy because sometimes the hurt comes from your own father. You know, my mom passed away from cancer in 2007. I was 26 years old. And my brother, I just lost my brother in a house fire with my 3 nieces in 2013. My dad told me that I know all he had and he's going to be here for me. But sometimes I have to walk with a walker, you know, and to have my dad stand in front of me and snatch the walker away from me and say, walk because you can walk, you know. Every day I think about all the adversity that I went through in my life, and I use it, I say, you know, to make me stronger. And my passion is to speak one day and to help inspire and motivate people through my story, because my goal, I have to leave a legacy for my children, because God forbid something happened to me. The family that we were born into, my kids will be lost. I have 5 daughters, one being my niece, and I must make things happen for them. So I just take everything that's thrown at me and I forgive everybody. And I use it to, it strengthens me. And it gives me encouragement. It gives me the motivation to fight every day and get out of bed and continue to take care of my 83-year-old grandfather who's battling with chronic kidney failure. So it was a wonderful message that you spoke, and I just wanted to tell you thank you.
Wow. Well, thank you. It's Tiffany, right?
Yes. I'm on a call one day because this is food, you know, food for my soul and my spirit.
Absolutely. Well, you just shared some food for a lot of listeners' soul and for their spirit to be able to share of some of the things that you're going through, but yet have the presence of mind and the mindset to not let continue to be the pain of your past continue to be a part of your future, because it's not that we forget what we've been through, it's that we're able to let some things go and not carry the pain of those things, and now to allow the pain of what we've gone through to be stepping stones to take us up to higher heights and deeper depths in terms of our greatness. So I affirm you for what you're sharing, and your example is, remember I talked about things happening around us and to us. Your daughters, they're paying attention. We talked about paying attention. They're paying attention to you and how you're handling some things. And I guarantee you, they are picking up some valuable lessons in life by watching their mother go through, but yet at the same time not being overcome by some of the so-called disabilities that people want to label us as having. So I just want to commend you and to tell you that you have a story, and as much as you can do, get that story out, because when you open up your mouth, you tell the world who you are. And the person that I heard coming out of the voice that you shared is somebody that's definitely going to make an impact, that's definitely an overcomer, not a victim, somebody that's going to make a powerful impact and a difference in the lives, not only in your family, but even beyond as you go forth and share. God bless
Thank you, sir. God bless you, too, and I'm ready. I'm ready to tell my story.
Absolutely. All right. Well, the world is waiting to hear it, and they need to hear it. Hello.
Yes, thank you.
We're going to take another couple of more.
Hello.
Is anybody? Yes. Who's this?
Yes.
Hello.
Latoya Drummond.
Yes. Hello.
Okay, I just take one at a time. Who was that that said their name?
Latoya. This is me, Latoya Drummond.
Okay. All right, Latoya. We'll get to the next caller as soon as Latoya is done. All right, Latoya, how you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. A very inspirational call. I really enjoyed it, and I've been listening to Les Brown for quite some time now, and I've just been moved, even just by this call as well. You know, and I'm ready to share my story too, and just take it by the horn. So, thank you. Thanks for inspiring others and motivating people to live their dreams. Thank you.
Wonderful. Well, thank you, Latoya. That's my youngest daughter's name, so that's a good one. That's an easy one to remember. And I want to thank you in advance for the difference you're going to make in so. All right?
Yes. Thank you so much.
All right, Latoya. Thank you so much. Okay, now who else is that out there?
Yes, this is Susie Starkey, Washington.
All right.
Hello?
Hi, Susie. Yes, go ahead, Susie.
Yes. When you said the pain of your past don't have to be a part of your future, that really hit home, you know. I also joined Toastmasters so that I was able to get up and speak in front of people, because I feel I have something to say. I'm almost 70 years old, and I just published my first book.
Wow.
You know.
Wonderful.
So, like I say, I feel I really have something to say.
Yeah, what's the title of it?
Expect a Miracle. Look and Feel Good with Plant-Based Meals. It's a health book. You know.
All right.
And my mission is to, pardon me?
No, go ahead. You know.
No, I say my mission is to really talk to senior citizens, you know.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, focus on senior citizens, because I feel that as a senior citizen myself, we don't get the nourishment that we need, and a lot of us don't know how, you know. So what I really like to do is teach the elderly exactly how to eat to live,
Wonderful.
you know. But I ran into a problem, because every time I would get up in front of a crowd, I would freeze up. So I ended up joining Toastmasters. I joined Toastmasters, and that helped. But it didn't help quite, not enough. So what I did was stepped out on faith. And as the occupational therapist profession before for over 20 years. I was used to going into nursing care facilities, working with the elderly. So what I did, I said, okay, this is my group. So I got on the phone and I called and I made appointments at a lot of, well, not a lot, but some senior citizen facilities so that I could speak, because I knew once I stepped out there, something would have to happen. So I've spoken at least once, and I got pretty good feedback. I got good feedback from it, you know. So just by me stepping out on faith, it really helped.
Absolutely. Well, let me tell you something. You can get some more feedback tonight. Just spoke to hundreds of people on this call tonight and shared with them as clear as it can be shared that you have a passion for working with those that are elderly. You have something to say. You've written it down in the form of a book, and it's never, never too late, as long as the blood is running warm in your veins, for you to realize and to walk in your purpose. And that came through loud and clear tonight. So you keep telling the story, keep helping people, and you know God is going to bless you in a mighty, mighty way. All right?
Okay, be blessed.
You be blessed too. Thank you for sharing.
Bye-bye.
Can I say one thing, one little thing?
Yes, who's this?
Hello, Mr. Pleasure. Are you there?
I'm good. Who is this?
Hi, this is Xavier from Memphis. How you doing?
I'm doing great, Xavier.
Okay, I just wanted to say thank you so much for this super awesome and inspirational call. And I wanted to say, when you said the quote, we must take advantage of the opportunity of a lifetime, but it must be within the lifetime of that opportunity. You know you really hit home there with me, brother. Because my focus is speaking to the younger generation, and they are having this sense of entitlement instead of a sense of hard work. And opportunities don't live forever. People don't live forever, let alone an opportunity. So I am so excited about this call. Now, confidence is not my area of weakness, but competence is. I think that I need to study a little more and be involved a little more with perhaps a mentor of some sort to become very competent before I get up and go speaking. But I'm all about speaking, you know. But I would like to represent in a well manner. So do you have any suggestions for books or perhaps forums and such the like for me?
Sure. I'm going to get some information, contact information, just at the end of the call, and just get your pencil and pen ready, and then you can follow up in terms of getting some more information about how to take your skill set to the next level. Okay?
Thank you so much, Mr. Pleasure. It has been awesome.
You've got a great voice. I love your energy, and I know you're going to make a powerful impact, not only on young people, but some old folk too, okay?
Thank you so much.
Okay, because you're helping this old guy up in here. All right. Okay, all right, we're going to have one more.
Dwight?
Yes.
Hi, this is Queen in Columbus, Ohio, and I wanted to ask you the one thing today are you thankful for?
The one thing I'm thankful for, you know, I'm going to be really honest with you, and that's not hard for me to do. I am thankful for the opportunity that I had tonight that I didn't wake up knowing I was going to have. Matter of fact, didn't know I was going to have until about 30 minutes before I had it. But the opportunity to speak and to share on this call, because one of my passions is to encourage and to share things with people that are going to help them get to the next level. So that's the one thing I'm excited about. And the second thing is, you didn't ask for two, but I'm going to give you another one, is the responses that we've gotten from those that listened to the call today and all of the people that have shared about how they want to make a difference in other people's lives. And when you hear and get feedback like that, I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. So I want to thank you, Queen. I've been hearing you on these calls for quite some time. Thank you so much for even the question. So how you been doing, Queen?
I've been doing great. I'm thinking about going to this Florida conference with Les Brown. I haven't been to a workshop in a very long time, so I'm thinking about going to the Florida one. But yeah, I've been great.
While you thinking, go online and get your ticket, make your reservations, look for your hotel. And I'm like this. Once I drop that credit card, then I'm committed, honey. I'm gonna make it, no matter what, because they ain't giving people that back nowadays. So anyway, I hope you make a decision to be there, because I plan to be in Florida in the middle of January as well.
Okay.
All right. Okay. Well, thank you so much for your comments. All right.
All right.
Okay. Good question. All right. Is there anybody else, real quick, before we shut it down?
Yes. I just have a comment. This is my dad. I grew up always hearing that a mind is a terrible thing to waste, but talent is also a terrible thing to waste. And for me, along with the young lady that just spoke right before, I used to be a school teacher, and I really want to just empower and inspire young kids, let them know that they can make it in this world and that there is nothing stopping them but themselves. So I just want to add on to that. I believe we have to use everything that we have, everything that we've been given, gifts, talents, education, ideas, creativity, whatever it may be. So I thank you for this call tonight. It's been wonderful.
Wonderful. Well, you sound good. Man, it seems like everybody on this call has a burning desire to make an impact and to make a difference in other people's lives. And you're right. The mind is a terrible thing to waste, but a life is a terrible thing to waste and not share with others, and that you might impart and bring life to others. So everybody on this call that I've spoken to tonight, you not only spoken life to the rest of the listeners on this call, but you've definitely spoken life to me in terms of the encouragement. And I just want to encourage all of y'all to keep on keeping on and do what you can with what you have from where you're at. Don't allow yourself to be stuck and stagnated because everything isn't perfect and all the T's aren't crossed and all the I's aren't dotted. Go with what you have, and as you're going, things will be added to whatever you need in order to be whoever you think you need to be out there in order to share your message and make an impact. So I'm excited, I'm encouraged, and I do appreciate everybody and all the contributions tonight. All right, well, we're going to shut it down. And for those of you that are interested in making contact with me, you can email me at Dwight, that's Dwight, D-W-I-G-H-T, Dwight at dwightspeaks.com. That's Dwight at dwightspeaks.com. And your email will get the information if you have a question, if you're interested in maybe some coaching or some referral to something that might be pertaining to your passion. If I have any answers for you, we'll get them back. I'll share some things with my partner, Dan Smith, who is a part of D&D Coaching and Training Solutions. You can also go to our website, which is it's at totalspeakerworkshop.com. That's Total Speaker, TOTALSPEAKER, workshop at totalspeakerworkshop.com. Totalspeakerworkshop.com. Everybody got that? All right, I heard those yes out there. All right. Now, also, if you want to be kept abreast of what we're doing in terms of workshops and any seminars that we have going, you can text the word speaker. That's speaker, S-P-E-A-K-E-R. Like I heard tonight, there were a lot of speakers on the call tonight. Text the word speaker to 55469. That's speaker to 55469. So on your phone, where you would put a phone number, don't put a phone number there. Put 55469. And where you would put the message, just one word, speaker, and hit send, and you'll get a return message, and it'll put you in our database and allow us to keep you abreast of any information that you need to know about speaking and our schedule and the things that pertain unto your going forth as a speaker. All right? Okay, well, it's been wonderful tonight. I want to thank Les Brown for this call. I want to thank Dr. Stacy N.C. Grant for her tremendous support and her encouragement. And I want to thank all of you tonight. God bless you. It's been my privilege and my pleasure to share with you. This has been Dwight Pledger with D&D Training and Coaching Solutions. Have a good night. Bye-bye.